Stop looking at Zillow. Seriously, if you are shopping on the MLS, you are paying full retail price plus a 6% commission. In 2026, that is a losing game. The real deals are hidden in the county courthouse. This is the tax deed market. When a property owner stops paying taxes, the government seizes the land and auctions it off. The opening bid isn't market value, it's just the back taxes owed. We are talking about 5-acre wooded lots, selling for the price of a used refrigerator. But warning, this is the Wild West. No inspections, no title insurance, no refunds. If you buy a toxic swamp, it's yours forever. You need a map to navigate the traps. We analyzed the foreclosure laws of all 50 states to find the specific jurisdictions where the little guy can actually win. Here are the 7 states where you can legally buy land for $500 in 2026. Number 7. Arkansas. If you have less than $1,000 in your pocket and you want to own land by next week, Arkansas is the only answer. Arkansas operates under a unique system run by the Commissioner of State Lands. Here is why it is perfect for beginners. The post-auction list. In most states, if nobody bids on a property at the auction, it sits in limbo. In Arkansas, if a property does not sell at the public auction, it goes on to a negotiated sale list available to the public 30 days later. This is the clearance rack of real estate. The strategy: you don't need to fly to Little Rock. You go to the COSL website, you filter the search for delinquent property, and look for the status available for offer. You will see thousands of parcels. Many of them are junk, but buried in that list are 2-acre, 5-acre, and 10-acre wooded lots in the Ozarks. The price? It is listed right there. It is usually just the taxes owed plus a $250 administrative fee. We routinely see parcels listed for $650 total. The execution: you click a button, you fill out an online form, you mail a cashier's check. That's it. You don't need a realtor. You don't need a closing attorney. The state mails you a limited warranty deed in about 60 to 90 days. The trap: mineral rights and legal access. Arkansas is notorious for severed mineral rights. You might buy 20 acres of surface land for $800. You are excited. You go to build a cabin. Suddenly, a natural gas company rolls up with a bulldozer. They tell you, "Get out of the way. We own the minerals underneath." In Arkansas, the mineral owner has the right to use the surface to access their minerals. They can legally destroy your front yard to drill a well, and there is very little you can do about it. Before you buy, you must check the county deed records for mineral reservations. Also check for legal access. Many of these cheap lots are landlocked. They are surrounded by private timber company land, like Weyerhaeuser. If there is no recorded easement, you have to buy a helicopter to get to your property. Do not buy landlocked land unless you enjoy lawsuits. Number 6. Alabama. Alabama is technically a tax certificate state, but it functions differently than the others. It offers a loophole for over-the-counter buying that is incredibly powerful for grabbing rural land. When a property goes to the tax sale in May and nobody bids on it, the state of Alabama takes it. It goes on to the state-held inventory list. You can go to the Alabama Department of Revenue website right now. You can view a map of every county. You can see lists of properties that have been sitting there for 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years. The strategy: you are looking for price quotes. You find a property you like, maybe 10 acres in Talladega County. You submit an application to the state. They send you a price quote. This quote is just the back taxes and interest. If the land has been sitting for 5 years, the quote might be $2,000. But here's the trick: if the land has been sitting for a long time, the state just wants it off their books. You are often the only person asking about it. The trap: the 3-year wait versus the ejectment lawsuit. This is where it gets technical. When you buy from the state, you get a tax deed, but it is not a marketable title yet. Alabama has a 3-year statute of limitations. You technically have to possess the land for 3 years before you can fully extinguish the previous owner's rights. What does possess mean? It means you go there. You clear some brush. You put up no trespassing signs. Maybe you fix the fence. If the original owner doesn't show up and sue you within 3 years of you taking possession, the land is yours forever. But if you try to build a $200,000 barn dominium on day 1, and the original owner shows up on day 364, you are in trouble. The strategy in Alabama is buy it cheap, clean it up, camp on it, wait 3 years, then build. It is a slow burn investment, but it is the safest way to get large acreage for pennies. Number 5. Florida. Florida is the most accessible tax deed market in the world. Unlike Alabama, where you have to mail letters, or Arkansas, where you deal with a spreadsheet, Florida has moved almost entirely to the internet. Counties like Duval, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, and Lee all use sophisticated auction software. You can sit in your underwear in Nebraska and bid on a beach condo in Sarasota. This accessibility is a double-edged sword. It means the retail investors, the guys who watched one YouTube video, are flooding the market. They bid the prices up to near retail value on the good stuff. So if you want to buy for $500, you have to look where they aren't looking. The strategy. Lands available for taxes. Here is the secret back door. When a property goes to the online auction and no one bids, it doesn't disappear. It drops into the lands available for taxes inventory. You can contact the county clerk of court. They have a list of these orphan properties. You can often purchase these over the counter for the base taxes plus costs. We are talking about infill lots in failed subdivisions from the 1970s. There are thousands of quarter-acre lots in places like Charlotte County or Highlands County that are just sitting there overgrown with palmetto scrub. You can pick them up for $1,500 to $1,000. The trap. The HOA Superland. This is the single most dangerous trap in Florida. In many states, a tax deed wipes out all other liens. It wipes out the mortgage. It wipes out the mechanic's lien. But in Florida, there is a monster called the HOA Condo Association line. Florida statutes are very specific. If you buy a property in a homeowners association HOA or a condo, the association's lien for back dues might survive the tax deed sale. Scenario. You see a condo unit. Opening bid $4,000. You buy it. You think you stole it. 2 weeks later, you get a letter from the condo association lawyers. The previous owner didn't pay their monthly fees for 5 years. There is a $40,000 lien on the unit. And guess what? You now owe that $40,000. If you don't pay it, the HOA will foreclose on you and take the unit. You just paid $4,000 to buy a $40,000 debt. Rule: never ever buy a property in Florida with association, club, or condo in the legal description unless you have run a full municipal lien search first. Number 4. Texas. Texas does things differently. In Texas, they don't mess around with administrative sales. These are sheriff sales. They happen on the first Tuesday of every month on the courthouse steps. It is a spectacle. It is loud. It is fast. But Texas has a mechanism that makes it uniquely profitable, even if you lose the land. It is called the right of redemption penalty. Texas is a redeemable deed state. When you win the auction, you get the deed immediately. You own it. You can record it. However, the original owner has a specific window to come back and take it from you. For a homestead or agricultural land, it is 2 years. For commercial or raw land, it is 180 days. Now, why would you buy land if the guy can take it back? Because of the math. If the owner wants to redeem the property, they have to pay you back your entire purchase price, plus your costs, plus a 25% penalty if redeemed in year 1, or a 50% penalty. Let's simulate this. You buy a 10-acre scrub lot in West Texas for $5,000. 3 months later, the original owner finds oil money and wants it back. He has to cut you a check for $6,250. Your $5,000 plus 25%. You just made a 25% return on your money in 90 days. That is an annualized return of 100%. There is no bank in the world that pays that. So in Texas, you either get cheap land or you get a massive return on investment. It is a win-win casino. The strategy. Strike off lists. If you don't want to shout at an auctioneer on the courthouse steps, you look for struck-off property. These are properties that went to the sheriff's sale, received no bids, and were struck off to the taxing entity. You can contact the law firm that handles the taxes. You can browse their resale inventory online. You can submit a written bid. I see this lot is valued at $10,000. It has been struck off for 3 years. I offer $1,000. Often, the school board will meet, vote yes, and you get the deed. The trap. The landlocked oil patch. Texas is huge. West Texas is full of paper subdivisions from the 1960s. You might see a 20-acre square on a map, but there are no roads, not even dirt roads. You have to cross 3 other ranchers' fences to get to it. In Texas, while you generally have a right to access your land, enforcing that right requires an expensive lawsuit to get an easement by necessity. Also, environmental hazards. A lot of cheap struck-off properties in Texas are old gas stations with leaking underground tanks or old oil field dumps. The cleanup cost for a leaking tank is $200,000. If you buy the deed, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality might come knocking on your door asking you to clean it up. Always use Google Earth to check for old circular tank stains or industrial debris before you bid $1. Number 3. Oklahoma. Oklahoma is the hidden gem just north of Texas. It operates a tax resale every June. This is a true tax deed. When you buy it at the June resale, the previous owner's redemption period is already over. There is no waiting game. The gavel falls, and you own it. The prices in rural Oklahoma, counties like Pushmataha, Latimer, or Choctaw, are incredibly low. We see rough timber land sell for $200 to $400 per acre at these sales. The strategy: the June resale. Every county treasurer holds this sale once a year. You have to be there in person. This scares away the hedge funds from New York. They don't want to fly to Antlers, Oklahoma. If you are willing to drive there, you are competing against maybe 5 local guys. If you bring $5,000 cash, you can leave with 3 or 4 properties. The trap: due process and the notice requirement. This is a legal trap. The Supreme Court and Oklahoma courts are very strict about due process. The county must prove that they notified the original owner properly before selling his land. Did they send the certified mail to the right address? Did they publish it in the newspaper correctly? If the county clerk made a typo or sent the letter to an old address, the sale is voidable. Even 5 years later, the original owner can come back, hire a lawyer, prove he wasn't notified properly, and a judge will strip the land from you. You get your money back, but you lose any money you spent building a cabin or a fence. Recommendation: before you build anything permanent on an Oklahoma tax deed property, hire a local attorney to review the affidavit of mailing in the county file. If the paperwork looks sloppy, don't build. Number 2. New Mexico. If you want massive acreage for the price of a used car, you go to the high desert of New Mexico. Counties like Valencia, Socorro, and Luna are famous for having thousands of half-acre and one-acre lots that were subdivided in the 1960s and then abandoned. The state government manages these sales centrally through the New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department. You don't go to the county, you go to the state. The strategy: the minimum bid. Auctions are held periodically in each county. The opening bid is legally required to be the taxes, penalties, and interest owed. Because property taxes on raw desert land are incredibly low, we see opening bids of $50, $100, or $200. There is very little competition for the remote lots. You can literally walk into an auction hall in Los Lunas and be the only guy bidding on a 1-acre lot for $300. The trap: the title insurance blockade. This is a specific legal headache in New Mexico. Even though you get a deed from the state, title insurance companies in New Mexico are notoriously hostile toward tax deeds. They often refuse to insure the title for 10 years unless you do a quiet title suit. If you plan to buy this land, build a house, and then sell it with a mortgage next year, you can't. The buyer's bank will reject the title. This land is for keeping. It is for parking your RV, if zoning allows, or holding for the long term. Do not try to flip New Mexico tax deeds unless you have a cash buyer who doesn't care about title insurance. Number 1. Wisconsin. We are finishing with a wild card. Most people think cheap land is only in the south or the desert, but Wisconsin, specifically the northern counties like Douglas, Washburn, and Juneau, has a massive inventory of tax-foreclosed land. And the best part? They don't use the courthouse steps. They use a specific website. This is not a fancy real estate site. It looks like it was built in 1998. It sells old police cars, used office desks, and thousands of acres of land. Counties use this site to liquidate their in-rem foreclosure properties. The strategy: go to the site, search for real estate. You will see listings for 40 acres of hunting land, lakefront lot, or city building lot. The bidding often starts at $1 or $100. We have seen unbuildable but beautiful recreational lots sell for $500. If you want a place to pitch a tent, hunt deer, or just own a piece of the Northwoods, this is the easiest entry point in the nation. No plane ticket required. The trap: the DNR wetland map. Wisconsin is wet, very wet. The Department of Natural Resources, ENR, has strict maps regarding wetlands. A lot of the cheap land on Wisconsin surplus is cheap because it is 90% wetland. You cannot fill it. You cannot build a driveway on it. You cannot put a septic tank in it. Before you bid $500, you must open the Wisconsin DNR Surface Water Data Viewer. Turn on the Wetland Indicators layer. If your potential property is covered in pink or yellow crosshatching, do not buy it. It is a mosquito farm, not a home site. Conclusion: the 3 rules of survival. Buying land for $500 is possible. We just proved it. But remember, in this market, you are the shark, or you are the bait. To survive, you must follow these 3 rules. Rule number 1, the Google Earth audit. Never bid on a property without seeing it from a satellite. Look for the white roofs next door. Look for the green scum. Look for the brown line. If you can't see a road on Google Earth, there is no road. Rule 2, the quiet title budget. If you buy a property for $500, you don't really own it yet. You own a clouded title. To make it sellable, you will eventually need to hire a lawyer to do a quiet title action. This costs roughly $2,000. So your $500 land is actually $3,000 land. Factor that into your profit margin. Rule 3, don't buy the hospital bill. Sometimes a property is cheap because it has municipal liens attached to it that survive the tax sale. Demolition liens, the county tore down an old house, or weed mowing liens. Call the city clerk before you bid. Ask, are there any unrecorded municipal liens on this parcel? If the answer is yes, $10,000 for demolition, run away. The tax deed loophole is the last great transfer of wealth for the little guy. The government is selling land for pennies. You just have to be brave enough to buy it. But once you get the land, you have a new problem. You own the dirt, but you still have to pay the taxman every year, unless you buy in the right state. If you want to know how to own that land and pay $0 in property taxes forever, you need to watch this video right here. Stop paying property tax. 7 states with 100% exemptions. We show you where to buy so you never receive a bill again. Click that video, do your due diligence, and I'll see you in the next one.